Hello and welcome to a little Overton Audios podcast special. My name is Connor Chadwick, and this little special is just a ramble with Chelsea Lagan. Now, when we recorded the initial segment for the actual full podcast that came out just last week, we recorded with Chelsea and we rambled for too much. We ended the segment, but we ended up talking for another half an hour whilst it was recording about just things that were going on, just chatting about ourselves, chatting about, worldly events. And I thought, in light of The Crimson Hunter being released, and then obviously Chelsea is in the latest Time Traveller volume that by this point I believe will have just come out, and now the following release has got Chelsea in it with Doctor Who Resurrection, the volume called Remembrance, that it just seemed apt to have a nice little special with just me and Chelsea rambling. And here it is. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we end this segment?
Well, I'll just say a wee thank you to anybody who's listening. Literally, doing these audios and being a part of the Doctor Who community. Literally, the positive messages that I get, the overall positivity about Julia and the work that I do, even though it was my first audio job. I just want to say thank you for everybody for their support and their love and everything. And I just hope I could be in more stuff if Connor lets me.
Well, yeah. Of course. Because obviously, aside from Julie, you're playing Elizabeth in Time Traveller.
I know.
Who else have you done? Hang on, I've got a playlist on the YouTube channel for what actor has done what.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just so you can go on Overton Audio's cast. It's just down at the bottom of the page, and it's just a playlist for you and then everyone else as well.
See, I think you need to tell me these things.
You've been in
I'm finding so many things. And I am all right, Connor, you could have told me.
Yeah. Oh right, I forgot about this. You also did the Federation War.
Yes.
that was between Resurrection Season 3 and Crimson Hunter. But yeah, you've been so you've basically done 42 audios. All of them are Resurrection based, except for 3 of them. Well, you've definitely recorded more. They're just not out yet, and that's
fucking hell.
That's Time Traveller stuff as well. So, because you did, didn't you? You recorded some for Cataclysm, which isn't out until November. But we're all so busy these days. It's I have to get them recorded as early as possible, so I have time to edit them. And then, Time Traveller 2017. By the time this comes out, your episode of that you're in of Time Traveller 2017, that would have come out by then. So by this point you'll have been in 44 audios.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think you'll be the second most recurring cast member in the whole of everything, except for myself. And
I'll take my award. You can send it to me by post.
I'll get one of those. What's it, like a glass panel with the Overton Audios logo embossed into it.
My God, I really want posters. I definitely need posters of the cover arts and just make it into a massive collage.
Yeah, Dan does. There's a website called Redbubble where Dan's actually made posters for his fan series and post them up there, and for about maybe £5 you can get them printed.
Well, that's not bad.
So I might ask him to make a collage or something like that. You have to pay extra to get it in a frame, and it's more difficult to deliver. But you can just get them printed as well. How filled would my apartment be with frames if I did even if I did collages of every single cover art? how filled would there'd been no original wall left.
No, you could just make a big flooring out of it. You could floor every single room in your apartment.
Yeah, I'll make it the flooring, and it'll be the flooring, the ceiling, and the walls just covered in.
That's it.
Other arts, because I've made, in the whole course of since all of this started, I've made 250 audio dramas.
Right, Connor, you need to calm down.
Yeah, I am these days getting a bit tired of it. But the problem is that I've committed to too many plans of things to do, and I'm realizing that, hey, I wish I had the cash to pay someone to help.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, whilst I'm doing this, someone else could be doing that. Or, for example, I've been talking to Dan. Dan wants to try editing some audio dramas now. So I'm not going to say no.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I can't remember who I'll not say who this exact person is, because one, I can't remember.
Okay.
But somebody did message me whenever Crimson Hunter first came out, the season 1, volume 1 even, of Crimson Hunter. And they were like, I know how Julia ends, but is this the end of Julia? And if so, don't let it be.
Oh, what is in
They're
the
just like,
time we'll see her in any story? Well, I've just said that Volume 2 is coming, so I mean that's and Noah's in for now. I mean, I know we've always got ideas brewing, haven't we? We're always thinking of something. I don't know.
But literally, it's just like, Julia's just been a part of my life, and I don't want to let her go. But life is life, and audios are audios. So
it does sound. It sounds like you are saying goodbye at the moment, though.
Oh no, I'm not saying goodbye, but like whenever it is a proper goodbye, I'll have like a little Viking funeral for her. Just like putting her off. Say la vie.
On the occasion, though, Dan has made CDs for the audio drums. Like he made a CD for Uncharted Past Volume 1, and he made like a little leaflet in there, so when you can take it out and read it, and it says who was in it and who wrote it, and all the plot details, etc. Then I could ask him to make one for Crimson Hunter or something.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm making a Funko Pop. I've decided I'm going to buy myself a Funko Pop, and I'm going to make it for Julia.
Didn't we joke about that yesterday, about how you just draw on the smile, just try and make, I don't know, fashion her holding a knife or something, and be like, look, she's smiling with a knife.
Yes. I'm gonna definitely just like buy, like the customize. You can customize yourself, but obviously I don't have the money, so I'm just gonna like use clay. So I'm gonna definitely do that. I might try get a couple of them and try do a good cravat Doctor and Julia one.
Oh.
And then if I do a good job, I'll send it to you in the post or give it to you in person.
Yeah, because fingers crossed that with things shut, like I was going to say shutting down, opening.
Fingers crossed. Things shutting down now.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed that we'll be able to see more of one another again, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's how I've been able to get so much done for this year's releases, is because of what happened last year.
Yeah.
As a result, it's just been a bit. God, I think just thinking about it is making me tired.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's crazy, but we went to the pub yesterday. Things are getting back to normal. I'm just glad. I'm just glad that the people around us are, like healthy, they're safe, and vaccines and all are being rolled out and stuff. Even though I have no vaccines yet.
Yeah, I've got my. I think I said my second one. Just under a month, but when this comes out, I think this is coming out on the 9th of June, I think. Let me look. Yeah, it is the 9th. The day after this comes out, I'm having my second dose.
Oh, well, if get my first dose, you can edit this and say,
Well,
Chelsea
just one of
actually got it.
those little voices going, disclaimer, she has now had the vaccine.
Yes.
I don't
Some
know.
statements were made false, or have now been updated due to coronavirus. But yeah.
Yeah. Right then, well, I think we've covered every part of the story, really, haven't we?
I think so.
It's been nearly an hour of us reminiscing over the past 4 to 5 years.
Oh my gosh. I've went through so many hair colors.
You have. It started off as it was just all one. Your original hair color, wasn't it? Just your original, wasn't it? Sort of downloaded. You had sort of a brunette hair, and then
yeah.
Then it was a darker color in Resurrection season 2, and then you messaged saying, "I'm gonna make it a different color if that's all right." And I said, "Yeah, it's fine." And then in Dalek Federation, you made it a different color again, but we just used Photoshop to even just get rid of the color because you were in war, and then that story, so we were like, "Oh, the hair dye's probably run out." and then
I went like Waterside.
Yeah, and then Waterside, it was red, wasn't it?
Oh, I got a massive chop then. I got it chopped off. Well, it wasn't me that chopped it off. My granny insisted that I chopped the blue off. So I got like quite a few inches off. It just came just past my shoulders, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And
but it was red, wasn't it? Crimson.
Yeah. Oh, crimson.
Ooh.
Oh, it was. It was like, it was just really cheap dye at the time, and it was like a purpley red color.
Yeah.
But I remember distinctly, like it was a really it was prominent the first day of filming Waterside, which was like, like the prologue, and then it was like 2 years later.
Yeah, it was that was set immediately. That prologue was set immediately after series 4. But then even I don't actually remember it showing up much, because I think it was because we were grading it, we were color grading it. We weren't not the hair, but just the footage in general. That the red, the deep colors were just getting lost in your naturally dark hair. Anyway.
But this is what I meant. Like in that first day of filming, so you felt the 2 years before, my hair was like prominent. That was fine. It was great. So I went back to the hotel that night, and I was like, oh, because it was like raining and it was sunny, and I was like, oh, my hair is so greasy. So I decided to wash it.
Oh, right.
I don't know what it was, but the hotel shampoo, the color just literally escaped from my hair.
Oh.
And I was like, no. So I remember drying my hair, and it just was like a dull color, and I seen bits of blue in my hair, and I was like, oh no. I was like, oh god. So if you look back at the Waterside footage, you'll be able to see the difference, because I've seen it completely.
Well, we didn't. We didn't just film the prologue scenes that day. I'm trying to remember what we filmed. So I can definitely point out. Oddly, I can definitely point out all the stuff we filmed on the second and last day, but the first day just escaped me.
The first day, it was really
prologue and something
shitty rainy day, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that, because we were worried about time, and then and then subsequently we were losing it because it was raining, and we filmed half.
Yeah.
The whole scene was meant to take place in that car park, and then it rained, and we had to hide under a little underpass, didn't we? Near
in front of somebody's house.
Yeah, I will say though that around there they are very tolerant of me, because there's one door that we always filmed in front of and pretended for all the seasons that it was a certain character's actual house. So they were constantly stood by the front door acting, or walking away from the front door, and nobody ever knocked and went, what the hell are you doing?
Well, they probably were staring at you, being like, he's back again.
We did look in the house a couple of times, because we realised that nobody's mentioned this, and we've been stood by this door for an hour. Nobody's clocked on the fact that we were outside their front door, laughing, talking, shouting, acting, and saying really distressing things in the scenes. Nobody's clocked onto any of this, and we looked in and it was red. There was like a single toaster at one point on the kitchen table, and that was it. And we were like, oh, I guess no one's here. And then one time it was filled with stuff, and then another time it wasn't. And it was like, is this just like occasional living? I don't really know. But yeah, Waterside was fun. Waterside was fun.
Oh, it was.
As stressful as it was, it's one of those things that when it's over, there's just a void.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to fill it with something else after COVID.
Yes, after COVID.
Yeah. Oh.
Just listening to COVID is just like, no.
Well, fingers crossed in a month, as of recording, things will be in a position to open.
Oh, I hope so. I really do. It's just getting sick and tired of it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. A lot of people have been thinking that if people say they're sick and tired of it, then they're disrespecting people now.
Well, here,
it's
if I'm
it's like
disrespecting,
someone
message you.
Well, no, it's like one of the actors who was in Doctor Who. His name's Tosin Coyle. He's from he's from like the more recent series with Jodie Whittaker. He tweeted saying, "I'm so tired of wearing masks. I can't wait to go outside and breathe the air properly." And everyone's jumped on him trying to call him an anti-vaxxer or an anti-masker, sorry. And everyone was like, well, no, because I think we all think that.
No.
We all think that. We don't want to be stood outside when it's lovely and sunny.
Right. Whenever we went to Spoons yesterday, I remember the relief I got taking off that mask. Like, literally the sweat was building up on my face.
Yeah.
Like, I think masks, like, yeah, after everybody gets the vaccine and everything, no harm, but masks are still going to be a thing. I believe masks are still going to be, like, a thing even after people get their COVID jabs and stuff.
People are going to want to wear
for
them for their own security.
Yeah, like I wouldn't, like, even if I get my 2 jabs, right? If I go into a shop, I still wouldn't feel comfortable without it because I've gotten that used to it now.
It would be. It was like when we were at the Spoons. The moment I took it off, when then I look around, I'm going, I'm in a social environment. This is weird.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it's like I think we kind of slipped back into old times quite nicely, but nonetheless, that initial first 5 minutes.
Oh, I know.
Like, all right, then shall we order some drinks then? Okay, let's see. We're allowed to have our masks off. We're drinking drinks now.
I know. That's what you said. I remember you sitting down and you were like, do we take them off now, or do we wait till we get our food and drinks? Or I was just like, I'm ripping mine off.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like we don't know where we stand on it at all. But fingers crossed everything will work out. Well, I'm sure it has to, but I don't think things will be really felt normal again for a few years.
Oh yeah, things aren't going to be normal, but there'll be some sort of normality. Like, for people may call me stupid. People have called me stupid when I do say this, but I still will be wearing a mask for quite some time, even if I get my both jabs. Especially public transport, especially.
Well, or
in shops.
Oh yeah, that's what I've said. I've said, like, on construction, because I work on construction sites. I mean, I'm up to a point where I can, because we do inspections as well, I would probably feel comfortable taking it off when we close the door to inspect an apartment, and then it's just me and the other person I work with in there. Then I'll probably feel comfortable taking it off. But for now, it's just a no. I mean, construction sites have been quite good in terms of their COVID management, but nonetheless, you don't want to be the one to start a bad COVID management. And that, because construction can't afford to stop. It's too big of an industry in the economy. And thus, as a result, I mentioned, I'm talking like as though we're back in the Wetherspoons again, but like, I like the way I've said goodbye 3 times. And we're still going after like nearly an hour and a quarter. But basically, because I work for a freelance company, we've got to get working, and if the work that we get our money to function is still working, then so do we.
Literally, you yesterday showing me the things that you do, and I was just like, Connor, how could you be bothered? Like, it's just like the little details and everything. I was just like, you're very good at your job, and if somebody says you're not good at your job, I'd be like, excuse me, have you seen the stuff he has on his phone? Have you seen the details that he goes through?
Yeah, well, it's a
on
case
his day to day.
I think work has helped distract from the surreal, if you know what I mean.
I would say so.
Well, yeah, I
would say so.
Yeah, because like I was saying to you yesterday, and when we were sat together, and also afterwards, it's like yesterday was when I say it's a great healer, it was a case of I've been used to what we're doing now. Me sat in a room by myself, talking to a voice on a computer, really. Whereas that was having a drink, sitting down, chatting, actually having proper conversations.
Yeah, and we did a wee handshake.
Yeah. What was it? The special handshake that we have.
Yes.
I remember. The thing is, the only reason how I remembered that was because I'd watched the season 5 bloopers recently. When I'd actually.
So did I.
Yes, which is how I remembered it.
Literally, so did I, and I was just like, I'm going to do this next time I see Connor.
And then subsequently, when I saw you doing that, I was like, I remember this.
I remember this.
Yeah, but only remember it from the point of view of the camera, and I'm like, I am the camera. I know what's happening. Anyway, we should really end this because people are probably thinking, what the hell are we talking about now? We've gone from beginning talking about COVID to going to the past, pre-COVID, then arriving back at COVID and talking about masks. And now we're talking about special handshakes. We've gone.
Well, what else would you talk about?
This is true. I reckon we could just have a podcast where we rambled for hours.
You know what? I would be happy with that, and we'll have like everybody in. We'll just have like little random visitors, and just be like, "Hey lads, what's Greg?"
Yeah, I do want to try and do a podcast where it's got like 2 hosts and we have a guest, because that's when I think. Because right at the moment, with me and Dan doing the way that we are with the podcasts, it's very to the point of what we're advertising from Overton Audios. It's not like this.
Yeah.
It's very to the point of going, we're here to talk about a product and that I do not gain money from, but please look at it. It's that sort of thing, whereas we don't really get to sit down and actually record conversations. And even then, they're done in the best environment, which is you meet them.
Yeah.
Like we talked for 3 hours yesterday, and that time went.
Oh, it went over our heads.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was like 3 hours. It felt like maybe 20 minutes.
Well, that's the thing, when we went in, and in the time that we met at 2:30, and by the time that we'd finished eating, which was really quick, sitting down, ordering our food, it arrived really quickly. An hour, an hour had passed.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was 3:30 when we'd finished eating. When all we'd done, we'd walked to the Wetherspoons, which was literally took us 2 minutes. Sat down, ordered the drinks and food. I know that you popped over to Boots quickly. I didn't think you were that long.
Oh yeah.
And the food then arrived, and we ate. And then as soon as we'd eaten, I put the curry down. My phone came up with a notification, and I saw, what the hell, it's 3:30. Don't know how.
I know, it's crazy.
Mad times.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I think that's probably shows that we were just happy, like, we were all happy to be meeting again. We just lost time. If it had been really dragging.
But yeah, I think like having a podcast with like you see those ones where it's like those live podcasts where like the viewers and all and people that are subscribed here or whatever have like like they come in and watch and maybe ask questions and stuff. Like I think it'd be class. I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, in the currently in the podcast, we're like in the Overton Audios podcast, me and Dan read out what people comment. So in this podcast, probably preluding to this or just after this, we'll probably be reading out Crimson Hunter comments. And and probably other bits here and there, whatever's coming out before we record. Like, I know there's an episode of Time Travel 2017 to come out, so there might be comments on that. Looking at new things. I mean, this is maybe an exclusive. Me and Dan are looking to try and move the podcast onto something like Spotify or Apple Podcasts or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so just like have previews, maybe just have like interviews rather than the whole podcast.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, like have the interviews on the YouTube. So this segment would only go on, for example, this segment would only go on YouTube, and then have the whole podcast go up on something else. We're talking about it at the moment because we obviously want to make sure it's done right in a way that we're not suddenly going, hey, you've had this for free, pay us now. Because
no, I totally get it.
Yeah, maybe we might do it for like, I don't know, 99p or something. Even in that,
That'd be cool.
I don't want to be extortionate with it, but I also know that
of course,
the podcast gets around 100 views anyway. So when you go up to £1,
you should start TikTok, man.
I've already got TikTok.
Oh yes. Overton Audios.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not even talking about that. I just mean I've got a personal TikTok that I've only ever posted one video on, and there was a setting where you could put UFOs and planets in the sky, and I thought that's nice, and that was it.
Oh.
But then there's as you showed me the other day, there's someone from Spain has. I found out, by the way, because I looked at their earliest video, which was a screen recording of their account. They had a different name, but they were using the logo of Overton Audio still.
Yeah, literally, I just was going around TikTok and I was like nosing because I know like people do, I follow like a couple of Doctor Who, Whovians, and like they do like audios and everything from Doctor Who episodes and whatever. And I thought, I wonder if I searched up Overton Audios, what would happen? And I seen your logo and I'm like, Connor, did you have a TikTok and you never told me?
It opens,
and then I looked at it and I was just like. I was like, I never knew Connor spoke Spanish.
That's the thing. I did actually afterwards. I did try to make a TikTok for Overton Audios, and I can't.
Why?
Because she's the Spanish woman who's made this account has stolen it. She's just.
I'll message.
I have messaged already.
Say what?
Could you not? In essence, because you've just basically hello. I'm the person that you're pretending to be.
Yeah.
Can you not? And I actually
like it's your logo.
Yeah. Well, Dan. Well, it's even worse because poor old Dan. Dan made it for me, and he's just it's like going down the chain of offence.
I'll report the channel. I'll report it. I'll just be a cunt and be like, I'm going to report you now.
Yeah. But they're also I don't want to advertise them, but their Instagram has got the word trolls in, so it makes me think that they're just to troll people. But why me?
It's not you.
Well, they've used my logo for. Hang on, let me look. When you look back at the earliest video you can see of their account. Well, hopefully
Did you message their Instagram?
No, but August 2020 was the earliest that we saw using my logo on TikTok. So this is for us. It's very recent. It's only really the last few weeks. They've been using it for nearly a year. It's like
man,
and it's isn't it just it's just someone in Spain,
right? All you have to do, right, is just message them on Instagram, say that you'll file a report against them. Using copyrighted claims and fancy ass words, they'll get scared and be like, "So sorry, sorry, por favor."
Well, they could just ignore me.
Very true.
I've not got any cash to take them to court and go, "You've stolen my."
Yeah, but you don't have to take them. Just say it. Just say you won't.
Oh yeah. I know. We will take legal action, this sort of stuff. But then if they just ignore me, then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that bluff's gone.
Oh. Like, oh no.
Like, oh, that's it. Oh, all right then. I guess that.
I'll tell your mum on you. Yeah, I'll tell on you.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh, who knew? Who knew that my reach went out to Spain.
I think you should though make
I'm
even
thinking
use your logo and everything.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like how and why, as if it's a complex thing. They probably just are a fan of Doctor Who as well, because Dan's had that as well with his True Idea Productions. He's had people going Real Idea Productions and using his logo.
Really?
Yeah, like we've had people actually turning, because his YouTube is either Daniel J. Patton or Fractured Timeline, but he's still his production is True Idea Productions.
Yeah.
And people are going True Ideas Production, and then they take segments from his episode and then basically they download the episodes that he makes and cuts out lines from them to make it look like he is talking to them, and then they'll
Really?
yeah, and he's had to message them a couple of times. Well, they're gone now because Dan's a no nonsense guy. He's just like, can you not? And then I feel kind of bad for them because they are quite young, and then they suddenly freak out when they get messaged by the guy himself going, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
that's why I've been slightly hesitant about this, but at the same time, it's like I can't. Like, you are just using my look.
But you should make TikToks. I was like, TikToks are like, really getting popular now. You just use your logo and be like, the real dot Overton Audios dot.
Did Dan tell you this idea, or was it you who said this idea? Because when I talked to Dan about this, Dan said it would be really good to start an Overton Audios, but you and I do the lip sync to the audios we've done together.
Who, me and you?
Yeah, like we dress up in character when we do scenes together.
Man, yes,
we can lip sync it on TikTok or something.
Hearing my voice and lip syncing to my voice. You know what? Even though I hate the sound of my own voice, I would do it. I would do it 100%.
I mean, that's the thing. Like Dan was like, yeah, because you can do green screen effects as well. You can just green screen yourselves into the TARDIS and do things like, recreate scenes, like the Doctor finding out about the Crimson Hunter, or
because you can do this thing where you can just duet. So see, if you started one, right, I can still use the same sound as you, duet it, see in background, or like edit it a wee bit, and that, I would love that.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I've said
I would really love it.
I wonder if the costume still fits me. I mean, lockdown's not been very, very kind to me.
I have my leather jackets and stuff. I'll just have to get a knife. Oh wow, that sounds bad. Just try and get the exact same knife. Just the knife that Dan used in Photoshop. And I'm like, I'll try and find something.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but definitely. 100%.
Anyway, thank you very much. So we've really got to end this. The podcast, the amount that we've just recorded is usually the length of the podcast with multiple segments in. So you can just cut out whatever you want. Honestly, I don't know if I've got the time in my schedule to listen to all of this, because the last couple of podcasts I've done, when the segment's been over 45 minutes, I've just left it, because I just do not. If it's like half an hour, I can sit down and work in the background and edit out little gaps and everything like that. But when it's something like this, where we're now on 90 minutes, it's like, this is it. What you're hearing, everyone, this is it.
I didn't realize that.
Well, okay. I might cut down some bits then. We'll just skim through it.
Yes.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite.
Yes, tally-ho.
Right.
Yes, all right then. Well, thank you very much, Chelsea.
Oh, it's no problem, Connor. Thank you. Thank you for the nice ramble.
And that's the whole segment. Thank you very much for listening to this little special episode. I will see you next month in the next Overton Audios podcast.